Just call me an Avon regional vice president. Just kidding, don't call me that, I'm not.
And I'm feeling
What is up, my lemon drops, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. Today we're here for another installment of me debunking / reacting to some of the wild health claims and just downright strange advice put out there into the stratosphere by distributors of multi-level marketing companies. This series is to provide you with entertainment, but more importantly to that, to help educate you and steer you in the right directions and help you make an informed decision about your own health. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, sarcasm potato merch linked below, why not hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand? We would seriously appreciate it. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. Well, certainly we can't do this without any refreshments. Need my pink lemonade. It detoxes me. Alrighty guys, so a lot of these are pretty short, but I have a lot to say about each of them. So here is the first one. This is a graphic from a Prove It distributor. For those of you who don't know, Prove It is a multi-level marketing company that has seriously capitalized on the keto craze that we've been seeing in the last few years. All of their products are like, they're ketones, they have a lot of bone broth, which I don't really understand what that has to do with keto, but you know, whatever. Their products are very like keto and ketone based. They're very much cater to the ketogenic crowd. So we have a Prove It distributor who, it looks like based on the graphic, I think she's answering some like frequently asked questions that she gets about some of their ketone products. So, oh my God, I just noticed that. It says hibiscus lemonade on top. Okay, see. I don't like that she's improved it, and I'm mad at her for what you're about to see here, but damn it. Oh, man. She's tugging on my heartstrings with that hibiscus lemonade. The question is, I'm not on the keto diet. Why ketones? She says, I hate the word keto. I really do. I prefer to call it carb conscious. Then she says, carbs / sugar aren't the devil. It's how much you choose to consume. When overconsumed, your body will store it. Weight gain, in parentheses, she says. Sugar also makes you crave more food. Your body prefers ketones versus glucose as a... Okay, she wrote as a full source, but I'm assuming that she meant as a fuel source. Then your brain will then send a signal to everybody else. To everybody else. Okay, let's just keep reading. Muscle preservation, better sleep, better skin, better mood, focus, energy, digestion, fat loss. Okay. Couple things. Fully expect for my lipstick to get all over the rim of my wine glass here. Okay, so she says, carbs are not the devil. Totally agree with that. Then she adds, it's how much you consume. 20 grams of carbs is okay. Oh, you want to eat 21 grams of carbs? Blasphemy. And then she says, when overconsumed, your body will store it. And then parentheses, weight gain right after that. Okay. I am getting so sick to death of people demonizing carbs. Stop coming for my carbs, okay? Any macronutrient that you eat in excess will be stored as body fat. Carbs, fats, or protein. You gain weight, generally, from eating too much food. It's not just carbs. Let's now continue down and widen to reveal the one that causes my soul the most pain because it is horribly, horribly inaccurate. What she says here. Your body prefers ketones versus glucose as a fuel source. No, okay? No. We have discussed this before, but for those of you who don't know, ketone bodies, aka ketones, are the byproduct of your body breaking down fat for fuel instead of glucose. This process is called gluconeogenesis, and it's typically triggered by times of fasting or starvation. When the body's glucose stores are totally tapped out, it has to resort to burning fat for fuel. Gluconeogenesis is your body's last-ditch effort to keep you going. Ketone bodies are produced by the liver, and there are 3 of them: acetone, acetoacetate, and beta-hydroxybutyrate. 2 of these 3 types of ketone bodies are acidic, and prolonged ketone production can lead to them building up in your blood, causing your blood to become acidic. This state is called ketoacidosis. So, she says your body prefers ketones over glucose. This is So incredibly wrong. Based on the information I just told you guys, prolonged ketone production can lead to too many ketone bodies being in your blood, which can cause your blood to become acidic, which is not great. Your body's number one favorite source of energy is glucose, which comes from the consumption of carbohydrates. So many of your body's processes rely on glucose for energy. And even your brain's favorite source of fuel is glucose. Now, all that being said, and I've said this before, there is a practical application for the ketogenic diet in the clinical setting. The keto diet has actually been used for years as a treatment for epilepsy in children. This is only under the direction of a physician and or a registered dietitian. There's a really interesting phenomenon that's been observed during research for this. When the main source of energy for the brain, glucose, is swapped out for ketones, epileptic seizure activity greatly diminishes. As a dietetic student, because I am still in school to become a dietitian, I still catch some of you guys saying I'm a dietitian. No. I'm not an RD yet. I'm still in school. That's why I say RD to be. In school, we've actually learned that for treatment of epilepsy, the ketogenic diet is typically done for no more than 2 years. Now, the mechanism through which that actually works completely fascinates me, and I could sit here and talk about it for years, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to have to move on now. Moral of the story, disprove a distributor is super wrong. Don't listen to this advice. Kiss your mom goodnight. Drink water. Eat Oreos. Let's move on. All right, so this next one is short, but it's super dumb. So here we go. Oh, her nails are really cute. And I love that bikini that girl is. Jeez. I'm home alone right now. It always freaks me out whenever the doorbell rings. And then the dogs freak out and they tend to get kind of crazy. Don't worry, everybody. It was just my dog food delivery. Now, where were we? This is an Avon distributor. She has here in the caption, as you can see, Clean Margs. That's short for margarita. And then she prepares what's probably a really yummy margarita, in which she has added Avon Fizz Sticks. For those of you who don't know, Avon is a multi-level marketing company, or MLM, and one of their big selling points, it's a product that I see a lot of Avon distributors blabbing about, is their Fizz Sticks, which is just basically an energy supplement. Here's what's funny about this. The insinuation here is that because she's adding a Fizz Stick, this margarita, an alcoholic beverage, is now clean. Newsflash, baby girl. Alcohol is a toxin. Lemonade's not a toxin, though. Your liver considers alcohol a toxin, which is why it prioritizes the metabolism of alcohol before anything else. That's why overconsumption of alcohol, like in somebody who's been an alcoholic for a long time, can cause a lot of serious damage to the liver. Somebody who's a long-time alcoholic, a severe alcoholic, can actually become malnourished. Now, this is not an alcohol is bad PSA. I had a few drinks last weekend with my friends. For most healthy humans, alcohol consumption is totally fine, assuming you're of age. My grievance here is her implying that because she's added an Avon Fizz Stick, this alcoholic beverage is now suddenly clean. Nope. You know what is clean, though? Pink lemonade. Let's look at the next one. So this next one we're going to take a look at is actually a Beachbody coach, a very, very top coach. She was voted top 10 elite this year and last year. Maybe even the year before, I don't really know. But she's pretty damn up there in the company. Even though I'm well within my rights to, I will not be sharing her name. But because of her status and following, I will not be blurring her face. It's almost as if I'm exercising my First Amendment right to free speech by commentating/criticizing a public figure's social media post. Fancy that! All that said, and I say this all the time, no bullying or harassing this person. I do not condone that at all. I'm here to educate you guys and comment on things that I see in the social media universe. So that's what we're here for.
I talked about fasting really fast, shocker. I want you to think about way back in the day when you'd actually have to go find your food before you would eat it. You know, people get up in the morning and they would go find their food. And then even when the agricultural age came, men would get up in the morning, they'd go work on the farm, and the women would make the breakfast, and then they would come in and eat. And so the problem today is that, you know, the refrigeration and the convenience foods are just there, and there's no working for your food or waiting to eat until it's available. Even at night, you ate dinner and then you were done. If we go back to that, our bodies would be so much happier.
This particular coach talks a lot about fasting. On her profile, I think it says she does IF, which is intermittent fasting. I have spoken about fasting before on my channel, water fasting, intermittent fasting. I share my opinions on it as a fitness professional and as a registered dietitian to be. And I've also talked to other registered dietitians and asked them like their professional opinions on fasting as well. There are occasional applications for fasting in the clinical setting. For example, osmotic diarrhea can be treated with fasting. But you guys didn't know there was different types of diarrhea. You're welcome. But here's the thing. In terms of social media, most people who are, experimenting with fasting are usually doing it for a route to quick and relatively easy at-home weight loss. Every nutrition professional I have ever spoken to has told me that there is absolutely no reason to fast, to do any type of fasting for at-home weight loss. And many I've talked to believe that it can and does lead to a disordered relationship with food in some people. Some people, not everyone, okay? Relax. In the past, whenever I've spoken about fasting, most of you guys get me, but there's always this handful of people that has this enthusiastic dedication to fasting, and they get very, very upset whenever I criticize it. One defense to fasting that I have heard a lot of people say, a lot of people who are very pro-fasting say, is something that this Beachbody distributor was kind of hinting at, and that's, well, humans haven't always had access to food, so you can go without food for a little while. Whenever I hear this defense, I think it's A, stupid, and B, quite privileged. Now, you guys, I am not somebody who throws the word privilege around, okay? Just so you know. I reserve the use of that word for when I feel that it's truly warranted. And I believe that people with this particular train of thought about fasting and like certain diets come from a very privileged state of mind. Let me explain. In the clip we just watched, she said if we go back in the day, when we used to hunt for food and work for our food, our bodies would be, quote, so much happier. Okay. It's not back in the day anymore. It's 2021, okay? I can go to the store, buy groceries, come home, prepare myself food, and eat it. I'm failing to see what exactly about that my body doesn't like. Why is it a bad thing that I no longer hunt for my food? It's freaking hot out there. I don't need to hunt for my food anymore. Most of us who live in the developed first world, I'm trying to be very careful with my language here, don't need to hunt for food. I am a higher mammal. I've evolved. I have a Jetta, and I can drive to Chipotle, which is getting very old, and I need another car, but I'm in denial about how old my car's getting because I really love my Jetta. That's neither here nor there, Brianna. Stay focused. This mindset of, oh, well, you don't need food. Humans have survived long periods of time without food before. I think it completely disregards and slaps in the face the millions of people in the United States and the world that go hungry every single day. I also believe that it disregards and belittles the struggles that people who are battling eating disorders like anorexia nervosa go through. People die of anorexia. Someone with this privileged attitude about fasting, I wonder if they would look in the face of somebody who's battling anorexia and talk to them all about the water fast that they're doing just for fun. By the way, water fasting is not fun, okay? Watch this video. People with this attitude about fasting remind me of those militant vegans who are very passionate but also very judgmental. You guys know who I'm talking about. If you follow me on IG, then you probably saw a post that I put on my stories a couple weeks ago. I think it was just last week, actually. I was going back and forth with somebody who is a member of the veganism diet. She was very aggressive and extremely judgmental about, I just made a comment in that video. I said something about liking fish. That's all I said. What you won't see on your plate for the next 3 days is processed foods, bad. Dairy, bad. Gluten, worse. Meats, Fish and added sugars. What the hell's wrong with fish? She was probably just so blinded by B12 deficiency. Joking, that was a joke. Relax. Do not subscribe. You can be perfectly healthy and full of B12 if you eat a balanced vegan diet, okay? That was a joke. But she was so blinded by rage that I, a complete stranger to her, does not also eat vegan, that she didn't even consider how privileged she was to be able to enjoy eating a vegan diet. I have a lot of allergies that would severely restrict my diet should I decide to eat vegan, but she didn't care about that. Vegan meals that are nutritionally complete and taste good are not accessible to everyone, and they can sometimes be a lot more expensive. But she didn't care about that. She was mad because I don't eat vegan, I'm bad, she's good, end of discussion. While I don't usually see that kind of enthusiasm when I see people defending fasting so hard, I still think that there are a lot of parallels that can be drawn when you consider that kind of mindset that people tend to fall into. It's almost like a very, well, I'm doing it, so why can't you do it too kind of mindset. And I just don't like that from a moral standpoint. This attitude is extremely unprofessional. Not that being a distributor of a multi-level marketing company is like a professional position, but this particular Beachbody distributor calls herself a functional nutritional therapy practitioner, which I've actually talked about pretty recently before in this video. The Nutritional Therapy Practitioner Certification, or NTP certification, is offered by the Nutritional Therapy Association. It's not accredited by the Department of Education, and all you need to take the course is an internet connection and a high school diploma. And that is information that is found directly on their own website. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the last one. And that is why I am not a beauty YouTuber. So this last one is absolutely appalling. This is a young living distributor, and she's going to tell us all about how she uses different essential oils on her infant child. This one's kind of on the longer side. It's about 3 minutes. So we're just gonna sit through it, and I'm gonna save all my comments for after we're done, and you guys can enjoy my facial expressions.
So Jay's been oiled since birth, and I wanted to hop in and show you what I use on him back then till now. I mean, he's 8 months old. I act like he's like 5, but some of this stuff might help you, so figured I'd share it on here. All right, so he's taking a nap now, so I took down a bunch of oil, just grabbed like a bunch of random oils in his room. I use so many different ones on him, but whatever I grabbed, I'm gonna go over. So, teething. He's been teething since, I would say, like, I feel like 2 months, no joke, and I know it never stops. So we use copaiba, that oil. It's an anti-inflammatory. We use that neat on the gums. You can, he's up. You can dilute it if you want to, so it's not as strong. This is his teething roller that I put on his jawline to help relieve the pain. Copaiba, Valor, and carrier oil. You can do like 2 to 3 drops of each. Teething roller, always on hand. I have to make this quick because he's up. Rutavala, smells terrible, but it knocks you out. Sleep like the dead. This is for me and Jerry. I've been using this on Jay. He's been oiled since birth, so he can handle it. On the bottom of his feet, and he sleeps great. It took him 6 months, but starting to use the Rutavala, and it's amazing. Freedom's another sleepy oil that I diffuse at night for him. Peace and Calming he loves as well. That's upstairs in his room. He reacts better to Peace and Calming than Valor or Lavender. So each person is different, so you just kind of play around with them. Peace and Calming is his oil. We use the Peace and Calming roller when he's in his car seat, and for the most part it works. Tummy Jies, Kid Sense is our line. It's already pre-diluted for ages 2 and up. I have all of the Kid Sense oils. I use them all on Jay, even though he's not 2. Again, he's been oiled since birth, so I feel comfortable using these on him. Whatever you want to do. If you want to add more carrier oil, you can do that too. But Tummy Jies, so he's had a bad tummy since birth. I use this currently. I made a roller in the beginning with Tummy Jies and dill oil, which is kind of weird. It smells like pickles, but it's really good for their digestion. So dill, orange essential oil, and this for like newborns and up. Every diaper change, you just swipe it on their tummy. So Tummy Jies is one that I carry around with me a lot because he still kind of has a bad stomach. He gets backed up easily. Not that one. This, lately, I love this. So it lasts so long that literally the label came off and I still have it. This is the Kid Sense Sniffle Ease. So it does exactly what it says. It eases their sniffles. He has been stuffy the past week. So at night, I'll put this on the bridge of his nose so that he's not super stuffy when he wakes up, and so that it doesn't turn into much more. You can put this on the bridge of their nose, on their chest. You can use this on yourself. Sniffles and tummy jars are two of my favorite kid scents oils. So those are just a few oils that I use on JJ. If you have any questions, drop them below, but I really just wanted to share that with you.
Let's first address the reason that all of our jaws are on the floor. This person puts essential oils in her infant child's mouth. I have some words. There is no shortage of sources and information out there that warns and recommends strongly against consuming essential oils. Now, she didn't say that her child was consuming them, but let me tell you what the problem is. Although we shouldn't put essential oils in our mouths, if you're an adult, then you know not to swallow it. Toddlers and infants don't know any better than to not swallow essential oils if you put it in their mouth or anything. I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of children's toothpaste are specifically formulated to be like swallow safe or something like that. Because even though, yes, you want to encourage your child not to swallow toothpaste, they're probably still going to swallow a little bit, especially if it tastes good. Also, I feel like I have to say this right now. I don't have children. I don't have kids. My husband and I are happily child-free. I have 3 dogs and a husband, and that's plenty. But I just feel like this is common sense. Am I on base here? Someone please comment and tell me, like, am I out of line for saying, hey, girl, maybe don't put essential oils in your infant child's mouth? Am I out of line? If I'm out of line, I will issue a public apology. Anyway, I found an article on the website wellandgood.com titled, "Is it safe to ingest essential oils?" An aromatherapist and an MD weigh in. I know it's not a scientific journal or an educational publication that I usually get my sources from, but as you guys can probably assume, the reason I chose it is because they consulted with a medical doctor and an aromatherapist to write this article. Some excerpts from the article. The answer essentially is yes, but maybe you shouldn't. Safely ingesting certain essential oils is wrought with caveats and debate, and it's not recommended without guidance from a trained herbalist. The whole purpose of distilling the aromatic components from plants was because we wanted to capture their smell, says Amy Galper, aromatherapist and co-founder of the New York Institute of Aromatic Studies. Oh, that's interesting. We understood the power of aroma to affect our mind, our spiritual life, and our physical health. Ingesting, therefore, is outside of boundaries of essential oils' intended use. Enough reason to proceed with caution. They go on to say, essential oils are incredibly potent when ingested. If essential oils are made for their scent, why would anyone want to ingest them? Galper says people do it for a more concentrated delivery through digestion. This is precisely why Yufeng Lin, MD, I'm going to call this person Dr. Lin because I just don't want to keep butchering their name. This is precisely why Dr. Lin, an integrative medicine specialist at Cleveland Clinic, warns against swallowing essential oils. I do love aromatherapy, Dr. Lin says, but I usually caution people against taking it orally is because it's a really strong medicine. You can take too much too quickly without realizing it, and that can become toxic and therefore be dangerous. Essential oils may be natural, but that doesn't mean they're inherently safe. I say that all the time. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's okay. The molecules and chemical constituents that make up essential oils are irritating to mucous membrane tissue, Galper says. Swallowing essential oils can burn the mucosa in your mouth, esophagus, gut lining, and beyond in the digestive tract. Dr. Lin says nausea, stomach pain, and neurological discomfort like nerve pain and numbness can also occur, especially if you take too much. Like any of the medicine, it can affect different people in different ways too. And there's no shortage of information online that agrees with this. But on the flip side, there's also a staggering amount of sources that I also saw that say that ingesting essential oils is perfectly okay, and some even instruct you on how to do it. For example, there's an article on the doTERRA website. doTERRA is a multi-level marketing company, MLM. Their main selling points are that they distribute essential oils and essential oil products. There's an article titled 8 Reasons to Use Essential Oils Internally. Are any of us surprised that doTERRA is encouraging us to use essential oils internally? On the Young Living blog, they have an article titled Which essential oils are safe to ingest? Young Living says that their Vitality blend is safe for ingestion. My question is, what makes it safe? If most professionals are out here telling us, hey, don't eat essential oils. So moving on to some of the other things that this distributor said. She says she puts essential oils directly on her infant's skin. She said she puts it on his stomach when he has a tummy ache, on his jawline for his teething pains, and on his feet to help him sleep. Putting essential oils on your stomach, and that's supposed to treat gastrointestinal issues. If that is not the biggest load of pseudoscientific nonsense I have ever heard. Your skin is a semi-permeable membrane, meaning it decides what it wants to let in and what it doesn't want to let in. Being that essential oils are meant to be enjoyed for their aromatherapeutic properties, how in the flying spaghetti monster is putting a couple drops on my stomach going to fix my Crohn's disease? She said that her kid has had stomach issues since birth and gets backed up sometimes. She puts an essential oil blend on him called Tummy Jize, as well as dill essential oil. She puts that on his stomach, and that's supposed to help him. One of the most common causes for constipation is a lack of fiber in your diet. How about talking to your child's doctor? How about speaking to a registered dietitian? I'm getting seriously heated right now and I don't even have kids. So something else that she said is she uses it on her kid even though he's not 2 yet. And then she says that their Kid Sense line, which is the basically essential oils that I guess have been formulated for kids that Young Living offers, is good for ages 2 and up, but this is incorrect. On the Young Living website, it says that they only recommend it for ages 2 through 12. She just said that her child is under 2 years old, so she is undoubtedly misusing these products, and what's worse, she's putting it out in social media and inadvertently encouraging other people to do the same. You shouldn't do that. Please do not listen to this, Young Living distributor. Please don't put essential oils in your child's mouth. Please. I'm begging you. Please. Don't listen to this distributor. Please don't do it. If you all listen to this distributor, all of my eyelashes will fall out. Is that really what you want? I need a freaking spa day after this video. I am triggered. Distributors of multi-level marketing companies, please stop. Please. So many issues with this, but one of the biggest issues is that the problem, like 90% of the time, these people don't know what they're talking about. In the other 10% of the time, they may actually be correct in the advice that they're giving, but they're either A, not qualified to be giving it, and B, they're in a multi-level marketing company. And multi-level marketing companies are an incubus viral plague on society. I keep asking myself this question, where do these people get off thinking that they can just say whatever they want, especially in the context of like nutrition and healthcare and even medical advice? Sometimes the advice is stupid, sometimes it's dangerous, and a lot of times it's just straight up inaccurate and wrong. And unfortunately, somebody who is uninformed and incorrectly educated and just doesn't know better can actually listen to these people and may get hurt. That's it for me, you guys. I've got grocery shopping to do. If in fact you made it to the end of this video, go get yourself some Starbucks and a cookie. I'm probably gonna do that today. Thank you so freaking much for watching. I seriously really do appreciate it. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to join the lemonade stand, shop my merch, which is linked below, and yeah, I think that about covers it. I will see you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Bye. If you saw the camera shaking at all during this thing, it's because this baby girl was down here underneath my tripod causing a ruckus. She had a bath this morning and she has an attitude with me because she's mad at me because she had a bath. Hey there, old man. Ugh. Where's your brother? Let's go find your baby brother. Let's go find that little boy. There's my boy. My bed is naked because I'm cleaning today. Don't judge. There's my boy. There's my little boy. There's my little boy. You guys want to say byesies? Do you want to say byes? What? Hang on. Okay. Alright. God, she just randomly screams sometimes. Just like a frickin' woman. Am I right? Bye. Zeus, you're such a sweet, quiet boy. Onyx. Onyx. Hey boy. Bye.